Have you ever faced a challenge so big that you wished time could stop so you could overcome it? What if I told you that something like this actually happened in history? There was a moment when God caused the sun to stop in the sky, literally pausing time so that his people could win a battle. This is one of the most astonishing miracles recorded in the Bible, proving that God has control over all creation, even time itself. Today, we will dive into the story of Joshua and the battle at the Valley of Ajalon, where he commanded the sun and moon to stand still. This isn't just a historical event. It holds powerful lessons for us today about faith, prayer, and victory in our daily struggles. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to hear can change the way you face challenges in your life. Before we get into the miracle, we need to understand why Joshua and the Israelites were fighting in the first place. After Moses passed away, Joshua became the leader of Israel. His mission was to lead God's people into the promised land, a land flowing with milk and honey. But there was a problem. The land was already occupied by powerful nations that didn't want to give it up. One of these nations, the Gibeonites, saw how mighty Israel was and decided to make a peace treaty with them. However, 5 powerful Amorite kings, leaders of enemy cities, became furious when they heard that Gibeon had sided with Israel. These kings decided to team up and attack Gibeon in revenge. Realizing they were in great danger, the Gibeonites sent an urgent message to Joshua: "Come up quickly, save us, help us, for all the kings of the Amorites have gathered against us." Joshua says Joshua had a choice. He could ignore the Gibeonites or march to their defense. But Joshua was a man of integrity, and he had made a promise to protect them. Without hesitation, he gathered his army and marched all night to launch a surprise attack on the Amorites. Joshua and his army arrived before dawn and caught the Amorite kings completely off guard. With God on their side, the Israelites overpowered the enemy, pushing them back. But as the battle raged on, Joshua realized something troubling. The sun was starting to set. If darkness fell, the remaining enemy forces might escape, regroup, and attack again. Joshua knew that they had to win that very day, or the battle would drag on. He needed a miracle, more time to finish what God had started. At that moment, Joshua did something that no man had ever done before. He turned his eyes toward the heavens and spoke directly to the sun and the moon. "Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and moon, in the valley of Ajalon." Joshua, des, itozi. And then, something incredible happened. The sun stopped moving. The moon stood still. Time paused in the sky, and the daylight stretched beyond its normal limit. It was as if God pressed a divine pause button, allowing Joshua and his army to fight in broad daylight until their enemies were completely defeated. The Bible describes this moment with awe. There has never been a day like it before or since, when the Lord listened to a human being. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. Joshua 10:14. This was no ordinary event. It was a supernatural intervention, a miracle that defied the laws of physics and time itself. Joshua's prayer wasn't just a random request, it was an act of bold faith. Let's break down why this moment was so powerful. 1. Joshua believed in God's unlimited power. He didn't hesitate to ask for the impossible, because he knew that God could do anything. 2. God was already fighting for Israel. Even before Joshua's prayer, God had sent a massive hailstorm, and the hailstones killed more of the enemy than Israel's swords did. Joshua 10:11. 3. Victory required action. Joshua didn't just pray and wait. He marched, fought, and trusted God to handle the impossible. God responded to Joshua's faith in a way that had never been seen before. This miracle showed that when we align our prayers with God's purpose, even nature will obey His commands. What this miracle teaches us today: you might not need the sun to stop, but you have battles that feel impossible. Maybe you're facing a financial crisis that seems unfixable, a health condition with no cure in sight, a relationship that feels broken beyond repair, a spiritual battle that leaves you feeling weak. The story of Joshua teaches us how to overcome impossible situations through faith and action. Here's how. 1. God controls time. Trust His timing. If you feel like time is running out, remember that God is in control. He can extend opportunities, open doors, and make things happen at the perfect moment. 2. Pray bold prayers. Joshua didn't ask for something small. He asked for a cosmic miracle. If you need a breakthrough, pray boldly and trust that God hears you. 3. God fights for you. Just as God fought for Israel, He is fighting for you. You are not alone in your battle. 4. Take action. Faith requires movement. Joshua didn't just pray, he fought. We must also take steps of faith and move forward, trusting that God will meet us in our obedience. God is still working miracles today. What battle are you facing right now? Do you need a breakthrough, a healing, a financial miracle? God is waiting for you to ask. Just like Joshua, you must. 1. Pray boldly. Don't limit God with small requests. Ask for the impossible. 2. Trust completely. Even if the situation looks hopeless, believe that God is in control. 3. Move forward in faith. Take action and trust that God will handle the rest. If this story has inspired you, share it with someone who needs encouragement. Let's spread the message that God still performs miracles today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful biblical teachings that will strengthen your faith.